Hello, my dear viewer. Welcome once again to this platform on the Bridge Repairers. We are ongoing with our self series sessions, and today we're talking about a very interesting aspect of self, and that is self esteem. So, welcome on board. My name is Rina Ndungu. Now, in the last session, as I was talking about self worth, I remember saying that self-worth is knowing the value you have as a human being. And so today, as we talk about self-esteem, I just want to put it in a very simple way and say the general opinion you have about yourself. When you look at yourself, what you see and what you tell yourself, the general opinion about you as a person is what now we call self-esteem. And self-esteem grows from a place of understanding the value you have. That is why I had to begin with self-worth, elaborating more on what it is, so that when we come to this self-esteem, you are able to know now, do I have value as a human being? And so if I have value, then what is the general outlook that I have about myself? And you realize there are people who have a healthy sense of self-worth, self-esteem. At the same time, there are those who have a very low self-esteem. So these two people will make choices differently, will act differently in different situations. Let me give you a scenario. So many people say they are saved or born again. Like so many people. In fact, in our country, Kenya, we are told we are all like 80% Christians. So now there are those who say they are born again just by matter of saying. But there are those who say they are born again as a result of understanding what it means to actually be saved. So a person who speaks from a point of understanding what it means to be saved, to be born again, will do things in a manner that show actually there is a certain worth. Let me put it this way. If I say I am born again, I am saved, that means that I understand that I was at a place where I deserved death, but now I am at a place where the penalty of death has been paid. And so because of the cross of Calvary, the death that I was supposed to die, Jesus died for me. So I walk with that conviction, and because I know the price that was paid, because I know what the cross does for me, the choices I make, the way I live, the way I do things will not just be ordinary or like every other person. There must be a distinction. So that is why I started by saying we are many who say we are born again, but you will know the person who understands the worth, the price that has been paid for the sake of their sins, based on how they do things, based on how they take that whole aspect. Because some take this this aspect of salvation so casually, and they will go saying, I am saved, I am born again. But even their choices, their decisions do not match. And of course, here I'm not trying to talk about the do's and don'ts. I'm talking about that authority that someone walks with, that conviction that enables someone to know, even if this is happening right now, I know I'll get over it. Even if I am going through this challenge, this temptation, this setback, I know I will get over it because a price was paid and I am free from any oppression, any bondages, any slavery of any kind. So this person walks with a certain level of authority and confidence because they know the kind of price that was paid for them, and they know the position they stand at. So when I talk about self-esteem, the general opinion you have about yourself, if you look at yourself and you see yourself having value, there is a way you will do things differently. And how will we know? Or how will it come out? Are you someone who is able to be self-motivated, stand up, get out of complacency, get out of the comfort zone and do something that you understand that this defines me, this I'm able to do, this I can do? How do you set your boundaries? Do you even have boundaries? Or everyone can just come in and do anything, say anything, handle you anyhowly? In relationships, are you able to put some limitations on how people treat you? Self-esteem. When you make mistakes, do you allow yourself to be defined by those mistakes, those failures? Do they now become your permanent definition? Self-esteem. We will know whether you have a healthy sense of self-esteem when we look at all these aspects. Your behavior in relationships. Are you able to say no and not feel guilty about it? Are you able to say no and still stand for your no? Are you able to say no and still be understood? Do your mistakes define you, or they happen, but again, you are able to stand up and say, it was a mistake and I have learned from the mistake? Or you stay there and the mistake becomes your permanent definition? Healthy self-esteem. So how do we develop a healthy sense of self-esteem? There is a video I did on self-awareness, and there is where you start. Develop your self-awareness. Identify your strengths and weaknesses so that you know when it comes to this aspect, this is how far I can go. When it comes to this is how low I can go. Strengths and weaknesses. Do you know any of them that you have? Purpose to build healthy relationships. And in the area of relationships is where so many people get so many scars. But it is something avoidable when you understand yourself, you know yourself. Some have been hurt in relationships because of how they look at themselves, they view themselves. Some people have a generally negative outlook on themselves. They have these negative patterns of thoughts that keep on ringing in their minds. Oh, I am not good enough. I am not able to do this. I am not able to do that. I am not worthy. I am not loved. I cannot be loved. I am unlovable. So when someone has such view of themselves, they can allow anybody to do anything to them and they accept it anyway because they have learned to tell themselves negative things. And there is also something else, and this is the comparison. This has ruined so many lives. People have killed themselves because of this thing called comparison. And it's so much even in the social media that someone would just rise up one morning and say, I want to be like so and so. I want to have what they have. I want to achieve what they have achieved. Not putting into consideration where that person that you're admiring began from, what costs they have had to pay for the levels they are in, for what they have in their lives. So you wake up one morning and you want what that person has is what I want. So you go out of place doing things that are outside even of what you know yourself to be, so that you can reach to that level that you're admiring. So looking at all these things, we realize that building a healthy self-esteem is something that cannot be taken for granted, because in one way or another, it enables you to stand out and live out the life that you are meant to live. Otherwise, you will be sitting down, waiting for approvals, waiting for applauses, waiting for someone to push you, to pull you. But you remain stagnated forever. So self-esteem is where you start. When you're feeling, whether you're feeling stuck, whether you're feeling lost, whether you're feeling you've lost direction, from the point of self-esteem, look at yourself. What do you see when you look at yourself? What outlook, what general opinion do you have about yourself? Is it positive? Is it negative? So what do you see when you look at yourself? I know there are things that can dictate how we see ourselves. Something like the traumas you have gone through. They might in one way try to dictate how you see yourself. The family background that you come from. Maybe you are coming from a place where there was mockery, there was rejection, there was all these sorts of comparison. You're compared to your sibling who is doing better than you, and so that you have grown with that part of you, and it is even at this time becoming difficult for you to just do life without comparing yourself with other people. So these are things that need to be handled, to be dealt with. Some are so deep-rooted in such a way that you find it difficult to overcome. So at this point is where probably you seek professional help, where you get someone to walk with you that journey of you being able now to come out of some of these limitations and be able to see yourself in a good way, to have a positive opinion about yourself and overcome the limitations that are setting you back. So at this point, I will ask you just to go back, check, are there traumas that are limiting how you're seeing yourself? Are there background limitations that are defining you? Is it the social media comparison that you're feeling, oh my God, I think that the bar is so highly set that I cannot even achieve anything? Have you compared yourself to that extent that you feel all your mates are way better than you and you can never hit the bar that is set? If that describes you, then it is time to probably seek help. It is time to get out and be able to reach to a point that you can see yourself the way you ought to see yourself, from a point of you have value as a person. Be the first one to praise yourself. Be the first one to clap for yourself. Be the first one to tell yourself you can do it. Be the first one to love yourself. Be the first one to appreciate yourself before you wait for any other person to do it. Look at yourself. Appreciate what you are seeing. Love what you are seeing. Motivate what you are seeing. Your self-esteem matters. That is it for this session. Remember to share, like, and subscribe to this channel. See you.